At some point, we got to get tired of hearing that Agile's a buzzword, but I still get the question, why are product managers still using Agile? And it's almost as if they're saying that Agile's a bad thing, right? But what I can tell you is for years, for many years, people have been saying that Agile has promised flexibility, speed, and a better way to build products and services. But here's the thought: why are product managers still determined to use it? I mean, don't get me wrong, agility is essential, or else I wouldn't be AgileDad. But sometimes it feels like we're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, especially when it comes to product management. I think that some people force agility to try to say, yes, we're doing the agile, when in actuality, they need to focus their attention less on agile delivery and more on agile ideation and discovery. We'll get to that in a minute. But we continue to attempt to fit a very delivery focused methodology into outcome based work, which is what I was just now describing, right? And I think that too many people look at Agile or Scrum and say, hey, that it is definitely squared away for delivery. And I guess the question becomes, do we assess the real difference between Agile and agility? Because I think they are two totally different things. So Agile is not the same as agility. So if you look at Agile methods, Agile framework, right? This is focusing on small iterations. Instead of waiting for something to reach its done state, you release things little by little incrementally and start gathering feedback as soon as you see how people respond. It's about breaking down the work into manageable chunks and iterating based on the feedback you receive. Agility, on the other hand, is how quickly you get those things out the door. It's about speed and responsiveness, the ability to adapt swiftly to changes, whether they're from customer feedback, market shifts, new strategic insights, etc. So for me, Agile is about output and how agile a team can be within an environment, whereas product management is the greater focus on outcomes. And this might be the big push that we're seeing now for change management to be integrated in with product ownership. And I saw a formula the other day. It said product ownership plus change management equals agile product management. And I don't necessarily disagree with that. I feel like agile product management is something that people have not addressed. A lot of people are still using it synonymously, agile product ownership and agile product management, but the two aren't the same. So many years ago, 17 guys got together and created the Agile Manifesto in 2001, and their whole goal was to focus on improving efficiency and adaptability of delivering processes. For those of you who haven't read it yet, it emphasizes principles like quick customer collaboration, responding to change, delivering working products and services quickly and frequently. It didn't explicitly incorporate product management into the framework. In fact, it was originally called the Agile Manifesto for Software Development, so it was very software centric and focused. It didn't talk about ideation and discovery. Its main focus was on agile software delivery. So, if that's true, most people then say that an agile environment is where the product owner role is considered to subset the product management role. The product owner is responsible for representing stakeholders and defining the product backlog, and a prioritized list of features and requirements the development team will work on is distributed by the product owner. Because Agile didn't specifically account for product management roles, product managers often struggle to align discovery and ideation and strategic activities with the development team's Agile processes. And this is why I come up with the call for a BAFATA. So BAFATA is business analyst, functional analyst, and technical analyst, but I want to draw emphasis that it does not mean that these titles or these individuals have to have these specific titles. The business analyst takes on the role of consumer representation, a functional analyst, strategic representation, and technical analyst, architecture, infrastructure, and development representation, so that they can work hand in hand with the product owner so that they can coexist and create an agile ecosystem. And when you hear people talking about the agile ecosystem, one of the things they never remember is missing is everyone always focuses on agile delivery, but nobody really takes the time to talk about agile initiation, agile ideation, agile discovery. And those are the pieces that are often missing. So it's definitely possible to integrate these things and to create an agile ecosystem or an agile framework outside of delivery. But you need to make sure that when you're doing this, that you're continuing your focus on new opportunities while you move forward with current work. So there needs to be an arm of innovation or ideation. There needs to be some strategic discovery. We need to make sure we understand our personas implicitly, and we need to make sure that we're focused on, as close as we can to continual integration and delivery so that we can get feedback quickly and iterate on that feedback, whether it's internal feedback or external feedback. And I think that sometimes we just totally forget about the initiate and discover phases and we jump straight into delivery. And when people ask why do we do that, we always use Agile as our crutch and say, because we're Agile. And that's not what Agile says you should do. I think the big picture here is that Agile is more of a hyper focus on all four phases of delivery, which includes initiator ideation, discovery, delivery, and then, of course, release, because you still need to align how you're going to get things to the customer. And I think that when you say for the sake of Agile, well, teams spend too much time in meetings, so we're going to get rid of initiate and discover, you're literally killing yourself by just hyper focusing on delivery. And that's what's causing a great paramount and the great confusion between Agile product ownership, change management, and Agile product management. I think there is a merge here, and I really do love the way Agile focuses on a traditional way, in my opinion, to do all of the four steps. But the problem is people like to zoom in only on the delivery piece because they do it for the sake of eliminating meetings or for getting people to talk more often so we don't have all this pre-work per se. And I think that if you can focus on things like swarming to the work in progress, allowing the product owner to organize the work in such a way that it's easily consumable using invest methods, embracing things like test-driven design and hypothesis-driven development, utilizing people to do experiments and to do brief cases to study and figure out where they are. Those are the tools that are going to help you really, really be effective using Agile. So I guess what I'm trying to say is Agile in itself is not dead. Agile product ownership is not dead. But Agile product management is real. And I think that when you start thinking outside of the delivery box, that's when you're going to discover the best thing you can do for your Agile implementation. That's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have a topic you want to discuss, learn more at AgileDad.com. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.